Formula One has been broadcast on British television since the series originated in 1950. Between 1950 and 1977, races were rarely shown live in their entirety, with few races either being given highlights on ITV or the BBC, or in some cases not being broadcasted at all. Travelling costs were exceptionally high, so in the early days of the programme, all races were commentated at the BBC's television centre in London. Production teams would not usually travel to non-European races unless another broadcaster paid for their travel expenses. From 2004, TV broadcasters from across the globe all took what was known as the World Feed, provided by Formula One management. The previous method of the host broadcaster, for example the BBC in the case of the British Grand Prix, produced the World Feed for their home race. This led to a two-tier system, which was unpopular with viewers due to the local broadcasters focusing heavily on local teams and drivers, whilst missing key moments of the race. The World Feed is the primary channel that shows the majority of F1's TV coverage during official sessions. The feed is predominantly used to aid commentary, whilst the session is in progress. The World Feed is not a TV channel or broadcaster in the conventional sense, but it's simply a continuous stream of live footage that all broadcasters will show during the race. This became the preferred method, rather than each broadcaster filming the event separately. Dozens of production teams would have created a logistical nightmare, each bringing their own crew and equipment to cover every corner, straight and pit garage. So what is the value of the broadcasting rights to a subscription service like Sky Sports? Well, on July 29, 2011, Sky Sports signed a 7-year deal with the BBC to show live Formula One on Sky in the United Kingdom for the first time. A deal which ran between 2012 and 2015 saw Sky Sports show live coverage of every session of the season on their own F1 dedicated channel, Sky Sports F1. At that time, it's thought that Sky paid about £40 million per year for the Formula One TV rights. In 2016, Sky then extended their contract to 2024 after the BBC pulled out of the deal. It meant that Sky had to come up with £45 million themselves, where before the BBC contributed £15 million. Channel 4 then took over the BBC's rights and provided coverage for 10 races of the 2016 and 2018 calendar, costing them £24 million per year. Then in 2019, Sky took over all of the sole coverage of Formula One in the UK, with the exception of the British Grand Prix. Sky, on their current deal, are thought to be paying Liberty Media £70 million for the broadcasting rights per year, with said contract due to expire in 2024. But what if Liberty Media decided to run an over-the-top streaming service, bringing all of Formula 1, 2 and 3's action directly to their fans and cutting out the middleman? Formula One currently have F1 Pro, a platform offering fans live coverage of every session, onboard angles from every car, a pit lane channel, as well as exclusive pre- and post-race programming hosted by Will Buxton. But with Sky paying for the broadcasting rights in UK, F1 are unable to stream the action live. Now, to illustrate the financial calculations for the purpose of this video, let's use F1 Pro's current subscription prices. They currently offer two payment options, either £20 per year or £2.29 per month. Since the 2020 season began, on average per race, Sky Sports saw 4.4 million UK viewers tune in live to watch the series. If we then assume those same 4.4 million viewers would be willing to pay £20 for the full F1's over-the-top coverage for a full calendar year, Liberty Media would bring in £88 million. Now £20 is very cheap, far too cheap in fact. In comparison, Sky Sports currently charge £25 per month as a signature fee and a further £10 a month for Sky Sports F1, bringing that to a total of £420 per year per customer, excluding installation fees. So a fair price would be, let's say, £99 per year or £8.29 per month, and with Formula One pulling in an average UK audience of 4.4 million viewers, Liberty Media could be looking to earn £435 million in subscription revenue, and that's just from the UK. However, it's not as simple as assuming F1 would reap the benefit of an extra £365 million, instead of outsourcing the task of broadcasting to Sky. They would need to invest in camera crews, equipment, pundits, commentators, live studios, production staff, The list goes on. They would also have to then translate graphics into multiple languages and employ commentators for each of those languages. But they would also bring in the subscription revenue from each of those territories too. Formula One is a massive global operation, and therefore it becomes too tricky to calculate how vast their total global profits would be, but we're starting to build up an idea of how big they could be. This presents the hurdle of creating a seamless streaming service that would provide a whole host of countries with a quality service. They would have to cater for a huge variety of languages and cultures across 6 different continents. A huge advantage for paying subscribers would be the lack of adverts. No annoying pre-roll or post-race adverts, just a continuous stream of action across a whole race weekend. Sky Sports' contract is due to expire in 2024, so don't be surprised if we see a fully fledged over-the-top streaming service offering total control for the viewers. The future of viewing experience could include the ability to switch between a whole host of camera angles across the entire field, focusing specifically on one car, corner, or team. The opportunities would be endless, and the digital bubble of Formula One coverage as we know it could be about to burst.